Alright guys, welcome to the next installment of Q&A with Dizzy and Tanya. It's been a long time coming because we asked for questions when we hit 1,000 subscribers, and I think that was like, what, almost a month ago?
I thought we did do a video and answered questions.
Well, we did, but then we asked for another Q&A. These are new questions. Anyways, here it is. The long-awaited, you probably already forgot about it, Q&A. Let's get right into it. First question is from the Gaming Lizard. If you were the richest man on earth, what would you use that money on and why? Well, the obvious is I would take care of like my family, loved ones, everyone closest to me. And then my next answer, I guess, not as obvious, I would probably do everything I could to figure out what the most constructive way to utilize that resource and put it into something. I know that's very vague and that's not really a good answer as far as specifics, but I would figure out the best way to help people in need. What about you, honey? If you were the richest woman in the world? Same? Like I would really figure out like who's really in need and deserving and who can like take people with potential and who just need an opportunity and use those funds on people like that who can then take that and make it into something extraordinary and then help other people out, and then it just becomes like a chain of people helping people, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. What do you think? Now again, this was like the week of, or the first week of the NFL. What do you think of the Mac trade? By the way, this is asked by Mr. D. Surprise team and a team that might take a downfall this year. Also, my daughters want to know, what are you guys gonna wear for Halloween? Okay, so let's start with the Mac trade. I think it's honestly just preposterous that the Raiders could even consider, let alone going through with the trading of the best player on their team. Like that was the best player on the not just on defense, the team. They got a couple picks back to what? Try and find the next Khalil Mack when you already had? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you start with this one, honey. Surprise team and a team that might take a downfall this year. Granted, we just watched week 4, so we got a little bit of a cheat, but
I don't know, to be honest, because the NFL is surprising me with a lot of different things right now that I wasn't expecting. So I feel like honestly it could be anybody. Right.
No, I would agree. Like the NFL's been wacky so far. I mean, granted, probably you would expect the Rams to be what they are. You know what I'm saying? Because they were a great team last season, and then they made all these high-profile signings over the offseason. So you'd expect that to be of them. I honestly had the Chiefs as a team being the regression team, being that they were starting a young QB, and it turns out they got rid of Alex Smith and got better. I mean, I hate to admit it, but Mahomes is playing very well. So there's that. And then last, what are we gonna be for Halloween? Halloween for us is always last minute.
We either do something or we don't. It's just hard because obviously the distance and Halloween lands on a weekday and we both work.
Basically, to bring you up to speed, if you're not familiar, Tanya lives in San Diego, I live in Orange County, so we don't always get to spend it together. So if we get invited to a party
that's on a weekend,
it's
usually a last minute costume.
Exactly.
So ridiculous and so typical of a couple or something. Like what have been our costumes before?
Well, here is a picture right here of us as soccer players. We did that. Oh yeah. Other than that, yeah, we pretty much just throw on Charger jerseys last minute. That's it. That's costume.
Yeah, we have done that too. So
I know we don't do Halloween very well.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the future when we live together, we'll just like have some
Halloween, go all out.
Yeah, we'll host our own party and we'll just have the best costumes every year. So
yeah, because I actually like Halloween.
Same. Future goals.
Yeah.
I can dig it. This next question is from Diego, aka my buddy Goose, who regularly makes appearances in the vlog.
Oh, they shot.
He asked, who do you love more, Diego or Tanya?
Gone?
I love Tanya more. Obviously.
I saw that.
It's not what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you want to be
Next
single?
question. That one foo asks, question that has been asked but never answered due to technical difficulties is, what do you guys do for a living?
Nothing fun.
Yes. No. We work in offices.
Yeah, I work work in a cubicle.
Workout on Wheels G asks, oh, who did you get for your fantasy football team? I'd be down to do fantasy. Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is, here's a screenshot of Tanya's fantasy football team, and here's a screenshot of my fantasy football team, and you can look at the two teams and decipher who drafted better or who's done better so far. By the way, I just want to throw it out there. About to be 0-4. Tanya's 2-1. Are you winning right now, or?
It's like neck and neck.
It's neck and neck?
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned to find out what happens with Tanya's fantasy football game this week with her matchup. But so far she's 2-1 with the chance to go 3-1.
And the two people I won are my two rivals, Diego and Derek. So I'm pretty happy. I'm sitting pretty nice, you know?
I'm just sitting here taking L's. Next question. By the way, I am wearing a white tee today. This isn't white tee Derek. This is just Derek, who happens to be a white tee wearing person. I messed up that sentence. But I just want to throw that out there. I'm not in character right now. Or, I mean, I'm not that other guy. It's not a character. It's a real person. There's two of me. Supersonic Kool-Aid, dope name, asks, either of you ever get a Chargers tattoo? We've had this discussion plenty of times, just in tattoos in general. I myself want to get, I have none. I myself want to get a couple. Tanya's not against them, but not really wanting to get them for herself. Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, dang, they really...
This is the city of Chula Vista.
City of Chula Vista, man. It's never a dull moment. I want to get a tattoo. I want my first tattoo to be something Chargers related, or first or second, one of the beginning ones. So that's my thought process. Okay, let me ask you this on camera. How would you feel if I got a tattoo?
I wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it?
No.
You're against me getting a tattoo.
I'm not against it. I just don't.
You're not a fan of it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I just like. Why can't you just like stuff, you know?
But if I got one, you wouldn't break up with me, right?
No.
Okay.
But I wouldn't, you know.
Be excited.
I would be like, let me see first. I mean, I would want some kind of say, like, what? I don't want you to put some fugly tattoo on your
I'm not. You're gonna have, obviously, just like everything else, I consult you for big decisions.
Yeah, because that's like permanent, and I don't have to burn your skin off or anything.
Burn my skin off? Okay. Well.
I just think you're beautiful, clean, and your skin is just a nice shade. Why do you want to, you know? I
could always put tattoos on my face and become a SoundCloud rapper.
You'll get dumped.
Okay, so this next question was asked a while ago, but it makes sense to answer it right now. Izzy Does It says, when's... Ow. You almost hyperextended my elbow. Izzy Does It asks, when's the next game you're going to? Next game we're going to, Chargers Cardinals, November 20 something. It's the Sunday, the weekend of Thanksgiving. That's the next game we're going to.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. Should be. Stay tuned. Okay, Travel Sports Adventure with Derek asks, we'll ask a few questions. Alright, so we're gonna nail these real quick. Favorite beer, go.
I don't have a favorite.
Okay, right now, Modelo. Band that you want to see live but never have. Does a rapper count? I want to see Kendrick Lamar.
You had a chance,
I know, we don't need to talk about it. If you were going on a trip 500 miles from home and price was the same, would you rather fly or drive?
Fly.
Same, fly. 500 miles in a car would be miserable. I do want to take like a cross-country road trip someday.
I've already done it. I don't need to do it.
Okay, well, she's already done it. She don't need to do it. Ticketmaster or StubHub? The ticket website, not the stadium. Ticketmaster, let me explain. Because Ticketmaster has a direct relationship with like the NFL and Chargers tickets, and it's easier to transfer tickets between, you know, resale. Even though they play at the StubHub Center, Ticketmaster already had that deal done. So I know it's kind of confusing, but StubHub just has the branding of the stadium. So, alright, and that was it. That was all the questions. Yay! Wasn't that fun, honey? Didn't you have a blast? Aren't you so excited to be here? A little bit of context. We just got done watching the Chargers 49ers game. And we've already been through this emotional roller coaster that was that game. I probably talked about it in a video earlier this week. This is probably coming out later in the week. Also, feel fortunate because we are actually recording this, as we mentioned, we're in Chula Vista. We're recording this in Tanya's room, so feel fortunate. Not a lot of people get to experience the sacred area that is Tanya's bedroom, where she gets her peace and solitude from the outside world. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. It's just my cave. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a hermit, so I don't live in here literally.
Also, just want to mention, I'll confirm this probably like on social media. You guys should really follow me on Twitter. Links down below. Follow me on Twitter just so you can get updates and confirmations. I'm like 85% certain I'm gonna do a live stream for the Chargers Raiders game. Like, remember how we did last year where it was like a live stream of a reaction to watching the game? Like, I think I'm gonna do something like that to Chargers. Every time I move my arm, we bounce. I'm not used to filming on a bed.
It's a bed.
I know. I'm used to being like on an office chair. I'm fairly certain I'm gonna be live streaming like a live reaction to the Raiders game. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's about it. Subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you guys. Ouch. We'll see you guys in the next one. Dude, you heard the pop, right? Like, that was crazy.
Like, why is it pop out your arm? Or
it was not intentional. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. We struggled through that outro so bad. All right, let's go get something to eat. I'm pretty certain we're gonna like.
That's exactly.
All right, I'm fairly certain. You notice how I changed up words because now I'm self-conscious.
Babe.